Can you keep a secret?
Okay, so can you tell me your name and your age?
Elizabeth Wiley, and I'm 13 years old.
Okay, so what do you like to do for fun?
I really love to I like drawing. I like making stuff out of clay and swimming and hanging out with my friends.
Okay. And what's your favorite school subject?
Probably ELA because we get to read, and it's way funner than the other classes because my teacher's really nice.
Okay. So, what is your disorder?
I have anorexia nervosa.
Okay, and can you tell me what that is?
It's where so you restrict your food and you don't eat a lot, and sometimes people with it they purge out their food after they eat, but I don't do that.
So what does that mean?
They throw up their food.
Uh-huh.
And so yeah, it's basically, and you have body distortions that's where you see your body a different way than it actually is, and you don't think you're pretty and stuff like that.
So what do you feel contributed to your disorder?
Well, there's a lot of things that contributed to it, but probably mostly, my family doesn't really get along very well, and there's a lot of stress with my dad and stuff, and I tend to caretake my brother. That's where you don't say he had a problem. I would be always worrying about his problem and stuff, and so a lot of things like that kind of stuff.
So it wasn't ever you felt like you didn't look good enough, or no one ever said anything to you oh, Elizabeth, you aren't looking too great? There was nothing ever like that?
And I just can't forget you and your heart of stone. I can breathe.
Okay, Elizabeth, so what does anorexia feel like?
It feels like very stressful. You can't concentrate all the time. You can never really concentrate. Your mind's always in a different place than you are. Say you're at school, you're always thinking about, well, I need to exercise and this and that, and so it just feels out of control feeling, and it makes you feel insecure or something like that.
So do you feel like there's two parts of you? There's the normal Elizabeth part, and there's the eating disorder part?
Yeah, it's kind of like a voice in your head kind of telling you to do stuff. It's and usually that voice has to do with somebody in your life who really was mean to you or stressed you out.
What do you mean? So when you hear a voice inside your head, it's like a teacher getting you in trouble, or it's your mom yelling at you, or something like that?
Mm-hmm. So it just kind of has to do with what contributed to your eating disorder. It's different for all people. For me, that's what it felt like.
Okay. And what extremities did you practice?
I would jump rope a lot. I would jump rope, I think at least 6 times a day, and I would do it from all the way from 2,000 jumps. From one time I would jump rope, I would do it from at least 2,000 times to 25,000 times, and that was 6 times a day. So my mom was getting really worried towards the end because I was doing it a lot, and it was very I would scream at her if she told me I had to put it away, and I would have a big commotion about it. And so I would jump rope, and then I wouldn't eat breakfast, I wouldn't eat snacks, and for lunch I would eat a very small lunch, probably one fruit, and then for dinner I'd limit myself, and yeah. And
so you were exercising very, very, very much and eating very, very, very little.
Yeah.
And you were jump roping at least 12,000 times a day, 12,000 jumps total.
More probably more than 1,000,000, because I would jump 25,000 times every time I would jump rope. So I would do it 6 times a day.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was Or how severe did your disorder get?
Well, I would weigh myself, and so I knew that I weighed at the end, before I went to treatment, I weighed about 55 pounds.
And how tall are you?
Right now I'm 5'2". And before, when I was actually in the disorder, I was like 4'9", 4'10". And so, and I was only 11 years old, but I weighed very little for my age, and it wasn't healthy for me. And so,
what did it do? What has it done to your heart and your bones?
I have osteoporosis, and the doctor said it was pretty bad for my age. And my heart is very unhealthy. Like, I can't exercise anymore because they told me it's not good for my heart.
So what do you think would happen if you if you had exercised when you were pretty deep into your disorder? If you'd exercised one more time, what do you think would have happened?
They told me that I could have died, so that was pretty scary.
Did it kind of impact? Did it impact you at all? Did you think anything of it?
I didn't then, but now I
care?
do. Yeah.
So what was your treatment like?
My treatment helped me a lot, but I was in treatment at EDCF. It's an eating disorder center at Fresno, and I went there for about, I think it was a year, or a little over a year. And treatment was like, well, at first I wasn't following the rules, and so I couldn't like exercise, and I had to eat a meal plan and stuff. Like I had to eat a certain amount of food each day. And so I wasn't really following the rules there. Like I couldn't exercise, but I was still exercising, and I was still like throwing food away and stuff. And so that was that. And after they found out that I was doing that, they told me that I had to sleep with my mom. So I was sleeping with my mom, and my mom had to be there when I was like taking showers and baths. And at first they told me I could take showers, but then they decided I couldn't take showers because I was still exercising.
In the shower?
Yeah. And so I couldn't go in the kitchen because I would like count calories. And there was a bunch of rules I had to follow, and it was pretty intense. But after I started following the rules and was like getting better, they told me I could do like sleep by myself and take showers by myself and that kind of stuff. And treatment, what you basically did was like I went there every day, and I had a certain time I would go there each day. And we would have like little group sessions where all the people that went there would like get in a group, and we'd just like talk about things, how our day went. And then the other group, we'd have like a processing group where we like process what we like say something happened the other day that really bothered you. We talk about it and see what your feelings were and stuff like that. And yeah, I got a lot better though when I left the center in last year in November.
Do you still struggle with anorexia?
Yeah, I do like daily, but now I know how to control it. So, so if I have like that voice that comes back and like tells me something like I'm fat or something like that, I could counter it. So I could be like, a counter is where you tell it like an affirmation. An affirmation is where you like tell yourself something that makes you feel better. So yeah, I know how to control it now. So yeah.
Has anorexia limited you?
It's limited me because I can't play sports anymore, and I might be able to play sports again, but I'm not sure when. I just have to get my health better and like be stable in my recovery.
Okay. If you could go back and tell yourself something, what would you say?
If I could go back and tell myself something when I was in my eating disorder, I would probably tell myself that I wasn't fat, because I really wasn't, and tell myself that I was pretty and that I deserve to be happy, and that that I was strong and I could do whatever I put my mind to.
And how do you feel about food now?
Now I'm pretty good about thinking about food. Like I think about it as being a nutrient for your body, so it like helps you, I guess, and it just like there's no such thing as a bad food. You just have to eat it in a healthy way, and like eating it by, and healthy to me isn't what most people think of healthy being. Healthy to me is like eating it in what we call that?
Moderation?
Yeah, moderation. Like eating variety and eating a normal amount for your body. So eating to your hunger and fullness.
So fats are good for you, sodium is good for you, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
What would you want to tell other people who struggle with body image?
I would tell them that they are beautiful the way they are, and that if they've having thoughts about hurting themselves or about losing weight, that they are capable of telling that voice to go away, because they are beautiful just the way they are, and everybody has something beautiful about themselves.
So when you look in the mirror now, what do you see?
I see, sometimes I still do have body distortions where I'll see myself bigger than I actually am. And most of the time I'll like see myself normally and just be like, oh, okay, I look good today. And sometimes I'll be like, oh, I really look pretty today. But if I do have those thoughts where I'm seeing myself as bigger, I'll tell myself that's a body distortion, it's okay, and usually it'll go away later in the day.
And how come you wanted to help me with my project?
Because I love you, because you're awesome, and
I love you too.
I wanted to get the word out to people so they would be aware of what anorexia actually is.
Cool. Anything else you want to say?
Goodbye.